Hi, my name's Ken Weller and I'm the Product Marketing Manager at Celestion, and we're here in Frankfurt in 2017. Here we're showing our new range of Celestion impulse responses. Celestion has obviously been making loudspeakers with fantastic tone for many, many decades. We were very much aware of what was happening in the marketplace with digital products producing tone, and it was something that we were seeing our name attached to, so there were lots of other companies out there making impulse responses of our products essentially, and we listened to many of them and we weren't really that happy with what was going on in the marketplace. And we felt, as the purveyors of tone, not just hardware but actually the tone itself, that it was our job to do it and do it properly. So we spent a long time researching the various different methods that were available to get a really good impulse response, and something that we could listen to alongside the piece of hardware itself, the speaker itself, and actually be convinced that it was a really good representation of what the speaker was. So we ended up hiring a really top quality studio, some good recording engineers, spent a long time with mic positions and various different recording techniques, some of which are fairly well known and some of which I can't tell you about, but we're convinced now that we've got absolutely the best impulse responses on the marketplace, and there's going to be a whole lot more to come, a whole lot more really interesting stuff that we can do.
So which models did you impulse?
To start off with, we did 7 of our most popular models, things like the vintage 30 and the greenback that most people are aware of. You've got some on display
here, let's have a look at.
So the vintage 30 that most people are aware of is a kind of long-standing favourite for many people. We also did the greenback and the blue, many products that people know. So some of the ones that are going to be next on the list are in fact these 3 here, which is the Neo Creamback, the Alnico Cream, and our new product, the Redback, the high-powered Redback. But in time we will do obviously our whole range, but it also leads us up to potentially many other opportunities to do all sorts of impulse responses of speakers that might actually be physically impossible for us to make in production. So there's some really exciting stuff potentially coming in the future, so thank you.
So how about the cabinets? How did you decide what cabinets to use?
We actually made our own cabinets. We made generic cabinets because different cabinets we know sound different, whether they're MDF or ply or whatever the manufacturing technique is. So we wanted to step away from that. So we simply made our own cabinets with the best quality materials that we knew would sound as neutral as possible and give the best flavour of the loudspeaker that was mounted in them.
So you weren't trying to model a particular type of cabinet that everyone might know. You wanted to basically kind of concentrate on the speaker itself. We're
concentrating on the speaker, but obviously we did it in different environments. So there is, a 1x12, a 2x12, and a 4x12 in the normal configuration. And we spent some time miking up those in different ways, depending on what the cabinet was. For instance, a 1x12 with an open back with a microphone in the back makes some very interesting sound, and if you mix those with a 4x12 with the microphones at the front, you can get some really interesting tones. And again, things that are physically impossible to do in the real world.
So how does one actually access the sounds? Did you do your own custom software?
No, we simply make the impulse responses at the moment. So what you need to do is download those into your convolution software. There are many pieces of software out there, and then it will go into your digital audio workstation, or it might be going straight into a piece of equipment like a Fractal or Kemper or Headrush. There's a whole load of pieces of equipment out there that will take these impulse responses straight in. Some of them convert them into their own pieces of their own particular code, but they can take the impulse responses straight in and do whatever you need to do with them there, and sound like Pete Thorne does here on the video.